They text you every day. They laugh at your jokes. They share stories and secrets. It feels like something real, until it suddenly doesn't. And then, silence. No explanation. No goodbye. Just emptiness where connection used to be. You stare at your phone, replaying conversations in your mind, trying to understand what went wrong. But sometimes it wasn't you who changed. It was them. Ghosting isn't just rudeness. It's psychological avoidance, a way of running from emotion without facing it. To ghost someone means to vanish from their emotional world, without a warning, without closure, leaving confusion behind like an open wound. The human brain hates unfinished stories. It searches for answers, for logic, for closure. And when it doesn't get them, it replays everything over and over again. That's why ghosting feels painful. Your mind is trying to complete a story that the other person ended without explanation. Fear of intimacy. That's the first reason. Some people run the moment closeness becomes real. They crave connection, but fear what it might expose inside them. The closer it gets, the more their mind whispers, "Run before it hurts." So they disappear, believing distance will protect them. The second reason, emotional immaturity. Honesty takes courage. It requires the ability to face discomfort, to communicate clearly. Many adults never learned how to do that, so they avoid difficult emotions instead of expressing them. Silence feels easier than truth. Third reason, shame avoidance. When someone knows they've hurt you, shame pushes them to hide instead of repair. They think, if I stay silent, maybe the problem will disappear too. But silence only deepens the damage. Fourth reason, the dopamine trap. Dating apps and social media train the brain to crave novelty. Each like, each match, each message releases dopamine. When the excitement fades, so does their interest. They ghost not because of you, but because they've lost the chemical high. Some don't ghost out of fear. They ghost out of control. People with manipulative or narcissistic traits use silence as a tool of dominance. They appear, disappear, and reappear, keeping you emotionally unstable, so that your feelings revolve around their presence and absence. This is called intermittent reinforcement. Attention, then withdrawal. Warmth, then cold. It conditions your brain to crave their approval. Each small reply feels like relief. It's not random. It's psychological control disguised as confusion. Ghosting, in these cases, isn't emotional weakness. It's calculated manipulation. When someone ghosts you, you don't just lose them, you lose stability. Your brain keeps searching for a reason, looping through old messages, analyzing every detail. The absence becomes an obsession, because the story has no ending. Neuroscience proves that rejection activates the same parts of the brain as physical pain. That's why you feel it in your chest, not just your head. The constant replay, the endless what-ifs. That's the Zygarnik effect. Your brain hates unfinished business. And ghosting is the most unfinished ending of all. Here's the truth. Ghosting says nothing about your worth. It says everything about their limits. Emotionally avoidant people can't handle vulnerability. They run from confrontation because it exposes their fear. Disappearing is easier than being honest. But silence isn't strength. It's avoidance dressed as confidence. Ghosting is not about rejection. It's about emotional fear. Fear of responsibility. Fear of real connection. When you understand that, you stop personalizing their disappearance. You stop taking blame for their fear. Today, ghosting is everywhere. It's the new normal in digital relationships. One click, one swipe, and a person is gone, erased from your feed, but not from your mind. Technology made vanishing effortless. No confrontation, no empathy, no accountability. We talk more than ever, but we connect less. We've mistaken detachment for strength and silence for power. But every easy disappearance leaves behind emotional numbness for both sides. If you've been ghosted, remember this. Their silence is not your punishment. It's their confession. They disappeared to protect their illusion. You survived to protect your peace. You can't force maturity where it doesn't exist. You can only choose to stop waiting for closure that will never come. The real closure happens when you stop chasing explanations and start reclaiming your energy. Ghosting no longer defines your story. It becomes a chapter you've outgrown. Ghosting doesn't define your value. It defines their limits. You can't control who disappears, but you can control how long you wait for them to return. Understand the mind, protect your peace, and never let silence convince you that you are unworthy of connection. Because sometimes the absence of closure is the clearest answer you'll ever get. Dark psychology isn't about control. It's about awareness. Subscribe for more insights into the human mind.